Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Adam Peller and Barry Peterson, Andrew Raycroft here with you. The Bruins lose 2-0 to the Flyers here at TD Garden. That's how they wrap up the homestand, and they just couldn't carry over any of that momentum from Saturday night. Feeling pretty good about the way the team played on Saturday, looking for them to build on that, and they just couldn't do it tonight.
And when we were talking in the pregame, what were the words we were using? I'm looking back at our notes here. Intensity, urgency, puck support, moving feet, pace. None of that was existent tonight, and I think, as Judd had said, maybe 2 steps forward against Toronto on Saturday, but he said 1 step back. I would almost have to go a full 2 steps back. That was a situation where I was really looking forward to watching their game tonight. I really was. I really thought they had begun to turn that corner on Saturday and start to see some of the things that we like to watch on a nightly basis. I didn't see that tonight.
This almost had the same feel, before you answer that, as the game in Colorado, where they play well in Colorado. You're looking for them to build on that. In Utah, they have a lead late in that one. They end up losing in overtime. Same kind of feeling.
Yeah, you're right on the number with that one, Adam. And you get that 5-on-3. The game sets up. It's starting to fall your way real early, and you don't take advantage of it. And it gave Philly hope. It gave them a purpose. They have their moms in the building. It just started going that way, and you felt like the Bruins just couldn't get – the big guys couldn't get going. They can't connect. They're not making plays, and it's just too stagnant and not relentless enough. I thought they had at times good zone time and good zone possession. They moved it around and had good chances, and they forced Philly to block 27 shots in the game. But like Brick talked about at the end, it still didn't feel like they deserved to get points. Nope. And that's got to be pretty frustrating in that dressing room.
No, and I look at in our pregame, we broke down a couple of the highlights. One of them was breakouts, crisp, tape to tape. Going through the neutral zone with speed because of your good breakouts. None of that today. Mm-hmm. I don't think we cut one highlight of a good, solid breakout.
Yeah, out of sync. Yeah, sure. That's what it looked like tonight as we bring our hot take presented by Wasabi Technologies, the official cloud storage partner of the Boston Bruins. And Bruins with some opportunities early on the power play. You mentioned the 5-on-3 here in the first period, just not able to capitalize on it.
No, and too many times, as we've been saying this year, and Razor, it's a situation, not only do you not score, you just take all the momentum away from your hockey club that you tried to get going early on, with this 5-on-3. You score here, you get Philly back on their heels. You start thinking, the Bruins had 4 opportunities on the power play, 2 shots.
No, and look, like that play, that's it's got to get to the net, and it's unfortunate, but and then here's the bobble play. That puck goes out, bobbles, then they give it to David, it's bobbling, he misses the net, now it bounces over to the other side. So it's not just like, they've got a bad break or they got one little bad bobble. It started 5 bobbles earlier, and the same play here, it goes off a stick. Now that forces Philly to push a little bit, so now they get an opportunity, and now they can't connect on the backside. Maybe that should go to the net. It just feels like when they went right when they should have went left tonight, and that's got to be pretty frustrating for the guys when they know that they should have better in this situation.
I would also say, I think other than the highlights that we were watching there, other than Coyle's last chance where he actually was a bit of a threat, everybody else to me was on the outside. Again, we give Philadelphia credit because they did a good job at getting bodies and protecting the house and blocking shots that we'll show later. But no one on the Bruins was a threat to score. So once they got the puck on the outside, you just stay there for a while because you're not gonna put it through the 4 of us.
Well, and again, to that point, that it's because they didn't get anything generated off the rush, right? They didn't have the good breakouts from their zone through the neutral zone. When they did get in the zone, Philly was able to clog the middle because you're not surprising them. You're not catching them off guard. You're not catching them off of the rush. With speed, and that lends itself to those block shots as well.
Bruins now 6 for 42 on the power play through 10 games this year, and you mentioned it earlier. The Flyers made a commitment to block shots tonight. 28 block shots, the final tally for Philly.
Yeah, and as we talked about the last intermission, the guys were talking about upstairs, when you're a John Tortorella team, this is a fundamental for his team. This is what you do. A lot of times You don't have your A game? Well, guess what, guys? You're going to sacrifice. You're going to put your bodies in front of it and give Philadelphia all the credit in the world, man. They were going off hurt. They were shaking. They were getting the ice bags out. They did their job.
Their defense blocked 16 of those, and Couturier had the other 4. So Couturier and their defensemen had 20 blocked shots in tonight's game. And again, that lends itself to shots getting to the second layer, but that's not attacking the net. That's not getting in on the rush. And that's plays that are getting snuffed out with little wristers like that just really aren't effective enough to cause Philly chaos. And again, we talked on it. Philly's the worst defensive team in the league. Mm-hmm. They're giving up over 4 goals a game going into this, and that's, again, to your point on the Utah stuff, to the point of, it's not just how the game ended up or how you lost.
The score wasn't
correct. Who you lost, and the way how you lost it, etc.
And the way you didn't play.
Correct.
Yeah. Philly had allowed 19 goals over the last 4 games as well, and talk about goaltending being an issue for Philly. Well, it certainly wasn't tonight. Sam Ersson, again, facing 23 shots, and Philly pitches its first shutout of the year.
Correct, and he made some good saves. That was one of his best right there on Elias Lindholm. Everything was in front of him. I like when we're comparing goaltenders in tonight's game, Korpisalo had 4 less shots, but there's no question his quality of the difficulty was much higher. This one does some things up. That goes in 9 times out of 10. The goaltender kicks it in his own net. But again, the Bruins didn't deserve it. Right? Nope. The hockey karma, you get those breaks when you deserve them through a hockey season.
What do you think, Ersson? What do you think Ersson say in the dressing room? Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It was D for all those blocks that you're talking about.
Give him a big hug and a big kiss after that one, keeping that out. But again, it's these plays off of the rush that's pretty standard right there. That's save from the National Hockey League goaltender. Another good opportunity, but no extra ones. So again, great job by Ersson, not taking anything away from the way he played tonight. But again, the Bruins should have made it a little more difficult on him.
Start of the game presented by Subaru of New England. Fall in love with a brand new Subaru. You see the numbers for Samuel Ersson this season, helping out his numbers after going in with a goals against average over 3.5 this season, and a save percentage well under .904 going into tonight. His second career win over the Bruins. His first came back on March 23rd of last year, and this is all the Flyers needed tonight. A Tyson Foerster goal in the second period.
Yeah, the first one just missed, or I'm not even sure. Razor and I were talking. I'm not even sure if that hit the post or he went blocked, but the Bruins get caught. 1, 2, 3 guys just kind of flying by, and Foerster's left all alone in the slot. And as Razor mentioned, it doesn't give Korpisalo a chance to get set because the guy is so far out. It's like you're protecting the wall, you're protecting the sides, and all of a sudden dead center, and he's all alone. You can't leave guys like that in the National Hockey League all alone.
No, you can't. And great heads-up play by Foerster to shoot that under Zadorov. As a goaltender, you're trying to hold top of the ice, expecting that to get blocked low when your defenseman's there. But he did a great job getting it underneath both of those guys. A great shot. But again, that you're going to look at on video for the 3 guys that were up forwards that were on the ice for the Bruins and say we could have done better on that. It wasn't a bad break. It wasn't a bad bounce. We just didn't get the puck out.
You had numbers back.
Correct.
And you had numbers in place.
And you should have been in structured, but you weren't.
You weren't structured. You had too much disconnection. You had 2 guys kind of flying by a little bit. You weren't. When we showed the Flyers, they were right here, all connected in front of their net. The Bruins were like this, which created all those holes in the middle.
Bruins lose 2-0 here to the Flyers as they wrap up their homestand and get ready for 2 on the road beginning in Carolina on Thursday. The captain and the black and gold not able to carry over the momentum from Saturday night. The Philly Moms certainly happy about that. Andy Brickley's conversation with Jim Montgomery on the other side.